NXT's rising star
Apollo Crews, you are ridiculous!
wants to prove himself against the best.
Finn Bálor's been wowing crowds all over the planet. What I am asking for is a match with Finn Bálor.
Apollo is gonna get what he asked for.
Pride is on the line as Finn Bálor takes on Apollo Crews in a title-free match. NXT tonight.
Debonair devastation of such exquisite sophistication. And in English, Simon got the Vaudevillains.
A very gentlemanly start to NXT. In English, and Simon Gotch seem to be returning to their old form, Corey Graves.
Well, whatever worked for them in the past, obviously they're looking for something maybe they've been missing, something they lost over time. You gotta stick with what works.
Well, what do you think they've lost recently?
They became a sideshow. They were more concerned about the people and selling t-shirts and making jokes about being manly. Now they're just about being manly.
Former NXT Tag Team Champions looking to climb the ranks just like the rest of the division. Saw last week how difficult American Alpha is going to be to deal with.
We don't get hype, we stay hype. You know it, bro.
Come on, man, get hyped.
No.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 490 pounds, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, the Hype Bros.
There's been a lot of buzz lately about the Hype Bros in the NXT and the WWE universe. Can't deny it, Graves.
There's also been a lot of buzz about Johnny Manziel lately. That doesn't mean he's successful. In fact, these guys kind of remind me of Johnny Manziel. If they spent more time in the ring, training, getting better, rather than at the club, dancing and getting hyped, maybe they'd be champions by now.
I think they're doing great so far. I mean, Mojo Rawley's learned so much from Zack Ryder since these two teamed up. I mean, the sky's the limit. The hype is real.
And what did they learn? More neon?
Yeah.
More hair gel,
it's
more
a very
protein
popular
shakes.
color right now. I imagine you'd work it into one of your outfits at some point since people love it so much.
I'm fashion forward, Tom.
You wear black. So here we go, the Hype Bros to start things off here against the Vaudevillains here on NXT.
Real men wear black. Johnny Cash wore black.
It's true.
Yeah.
So here we go, Mojo Rawley to start things off against Aiden English. And you talked about the Vaudevillains trying to find their mean side again, their mean streak, their grit again. What is it going to take to become NXT champions? Well, cover and a kick out.
Listen, if you can't find your mean streak when you're in the ring with a guy like Mojo Rawley, you don't have a mean streak, okay? The guy looks like Alf. Remember Melmac?
Yeah,
the old sitcom? It's probably before a lot of people's time, but that's all I can think of when I look at that nose on that guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight you on that. Off the tag, here comes the former United States champion, Zack Ryder, with a neck breaker.
And I feel bad for Ryder. Ryder's a talented guy, but he's hung up with the wrong crew. Somehow Mojo's brainwashed him into worrying more about, Twitter retweets and doing stupid dances and singing karaoke.
It is an age of social media. Zack Ryder's helping him out a lot. Look at Simon Gotch saving his partner, Aiden English here. Oh, and there goes Gotch. Oh!
Wow.
And English, just like that, turns this match around.
You asked about what was missing, that's what was missing. The one time the Vaudevillains were one of the best tag teams in NXT. They were on the same page all the time. They've obviously gotten off the same page in recent months. They're putting it back together right now.
Corey, you talked about social media. The big topic of conversation on social media over the last week is what is the decision from General Manager William Regal after the controversial finish last week. Here's the cover and a kick out.
I can't wait till we find out who the #1 contender is. Almost as much as I can't wait to watch Simon Gotch or Aiden English punch Mojo Rawley in the face. Or Zack Ryder. I mean, that's close enough.
I'm pretty content with anybody punching Hype Bros in the face.
Come on, do your job.
Simon Gotch and Aiden English.
Good call by the referee. Simon Gotch he had his bottom feet under the ropes.
Is that evident of you mentioned ever since they lost the NXT Tag Team title? Hold on, cover here and a kick out. Do they lose focus?
I don't know when it was that they lost focus or why. They seemed to fall off the page. They weren't doing the same things that took them to the dance. They needed to just regroup, replan, maybe change attitude.
All we know is that in the NXT Tag Team division, tag made by Aiden English, the conversation begins and ends with Dash and Dawson. And they've said they're willing to take on any competitors.
And if you're willing to step in the ring with Dash and Dawson, you better bring your aggression. You better bring your A game, because Dash and Dawson are willing to do anything it takes to keep the titles. You better be to win them.
Another tag. Back in comes Simon Gotch against Aiden English, or with Aiden English, rather. Long Island Broski. Oh, he took down Aiden. Oh, and there goes Simon Gotch, and there's the tag to Mojo.
Here we go. Slimer's on the loose in Full Sail again.
Come on, time to get hype, man. Mojo is on the loose.
Someone call Peter Venkman.
Mojo is feeling the hype here, man. Splashing down in the corner. Whoa. Oh, and he missed. Missed in the corner. His face might have gone off the turnbuckle.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And Ryder makes the tag. Oh! Forearm connects Aiden English. Double knees from Zack Ryder.
What a drop kick by Ryder.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Simon Gotch, was about to catch a broski boot, but I think Aiden English saved him.
That's the sort of tag team continuity that's been missing. These guys are back on the same page, I'm telling you.
Oh! Aiden English legal. Oh, there's the whirling dervish.
That's how they won the NXT Tag Team titles.
Cover on the Hype Bros, and the Vaudevillains are winners.
Here are your winners, the Vaudevillains.
So much for the hype, Tom Phillips.
I gotta say, the hype might be real about the Vaudevillains. Their aggression, their viciousness in this match was on full display.
They needed some time. Maybe them losing those few matches were the best thing that they could have had happen to them. They obviously realized there was something needed to change. And here it is.
Oh, the whirling dervish would take out Zack Ryder and secure the win for Gotch and English.
That right there, Tom? Manly.
It's very manly. But right now, let's take you back to 3 weeks ago here at Full Sail, where it was the NXT Women in a battle royal to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka was cleaning house, looking to earn her first opportunity at the championship. However, it was a very opportunistic Eva Marie that would sneak up and eliminate the Japanese superstar in this battle royal. Eva celebrating a little too early, however, as one person still remained. Carmella, who got the win by throwing Eva over the top rope and becoming the #1 contender.
Here is your winner and the new #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship, Carmella!
I had a chance to catch up with Carmella earlier today to get her thoughts about challenging her good friend Bayley for the title.
Carmella, thank you for joining us today, and congratulations. 3 weeks ago, you win the Battle Royal to become the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, how did that feel?
Tom, it felt incredible to be able to eliminate Eva Marie from that ring and become the new #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship is a feeling I will never forget. It's amazing.
It was an unbelievable moment. The NXT universe, they've seen you with Enzo and Cass. We all know how exciting you three can be, but we've always known how talented you are. It's what got you to NXT, and now that you're in this position, what has that journey been like?
Tom, I think something that people would be surprised to know about me is that I come from wrestling. My father was a wrestler in the 90s for the WWE, and he does a lot of submission fighting and MMA. So I do have that in my background and in my blood. And that, along with the opportunity that my boys, Cass and Enzo, got me, it just kind of ties everything together, and now I'm here in NXT.
And you have a huge opportunity next week at the University of Central Florida, the CFE Arena. You challenge Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. We've seen it on Breaking Ground on the WWE Network. We've seen it all over social media. You two are so close. Has this situation affected that friendship at all?
Tom, Bayley's my best friend. She was my first friend I made here in NXT, other than my boys, of course. And nothing's going to change that. I know we're both mature enough and professional enough to put friendship aside when it comes down to it, because it's all about who walks out champion. And nothing's going to affect our friendship after that, because at the end of the day, Baymella is going to live on.
Bayley was the first one to congratulate you.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Baymella's real, and she's my friend and she's my girl, and we support each other no matter what. Nothing's going to change that.
Now, before we can get to next week, tonight you go one-on-one with Emma with Dana Brooke in her corner. How do you feel about that match?
Emma's good, Tom. She's really good. So I think tonight, when I beat her, I'll prove to her, Little Miss Piggy, and everybody else why I deserve to be the #1 contender. And if I do say so myself, the next NXT Women's Champion.
Carmella, good luck tonight, and best of luck next week in your title match.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, Carmella has the biggest match of her career next week, but tonight the challenge has been accepted. Apollo Crews gets a rematch against NXT champion Finn Bálor in our main event later tonight.
Coming to the WWE Network.
From the masters of the 5-second pose and tables, ladders, and chairs comes a new show that is completely balls out ridiculous.
Slap a donkey and call me Bertha. Vince will have like a throne in there to take a dump on. Let's go.
You see this, huh? Funny boy, you see this?
It totally reeks of awesomeness.
Can I have the sandwich, please?
No. It's the best we could do.
2, 3, and a 4.
Do you think you can teach me how to rap?
No.
Nobody gives our intern a hard time but us, right?
Exactly.
At least we don't look like Papa Shango.
Motions to penis.
What's going on in my office?
He thought your toilet would be... Shut up!
R-Truth is like that annoying uncle.
Wow. Weirdo.
Totally agree, Dad.
I created Doink the Clown. Would you go to the prom with me?
I feel high. Yes, so high.
Thank you.
My arm hurts.
Seriously, look.
I can't move it.
What happened to my career?
The Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. Coming Sunday, February 21st, immediately following WWE Fastlane. Only on WWE Network.
Where's my agent?
You have an agent?
Welcome back to NXT. And tonight, NXT is presented by Tap Out, the official fitness and training partner of WWE. And now let's go backstage to Alex Reyes, who is standing by with the NXT Tag Team Champions, Dash and Dawson.
Dash and Dawson, a couple of weeks ago here on NXT, you had some pretty harsh words for Carmella and her friends and your enemies, Enzo and Big Cass. Now, the two of them have said they still owe the two of you a beatdown. How do you respond?
Ooh, how do we respond? Yeah, go ahead. Alex, I respond like this.
Those two are like Groundhog's Day. It is the same old song and dance. They complain, they talk tough, they demanded a match for our NXT tag team titles. And we gave it to them at TakeOver London. And they did what they always do and lost. And we did what we always do and won. So it goes like this. They can talk tough all they want. They can demand opportunity after opportunity at our NXT tag team titles, but they will never beat Dash and Dawson.
Alex, it goes like this. The tag team rivalry keeps on rolling, and Dash, I'd say that me and you are at the very front of the pulpit.
Way up.
And after beating the Ascension and every other tag team here in NXT, I'd say that we're on our way to becoming the greatest NXT tag team champions of all time.
Right.
So, if Enzo and Cass want another opportunity at Dash and Dawson, well, we welcome it. We beg them. But it's going to be the same fate that we gave them in London. Dash and Dawson standing over the top of them. But this time, we'll ask them the same thing they asked their beloved NXT universe. How you doing? Yeah, let's get out of here.
Clink me.
Clink you. Let's go.
F-A-B-U-L-O-U-S.
And here comes the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship.
My name is Carmella, and I am the Princess of Staten Island and the most fabulous diva in NXT. Bada bing! Hottest chick in the ring. How you doing?
You can pick your jaw, Phillips. Pick your jaw.
I'm doing great. I'm thrilled to see
Of course you're doing
Carmella.
great. Carmella's out here.
The following contest is in the women's division, scheduled for a one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Dana Brooke from Melbourne, Australia, Emma.
Well, things have certainly gotten nasty as of a couple of weeks ago. We saw tag team action as Carmella teamed up with the NXT Women's Champion Bayley to take on the team of Alexa Bliss and Emma, and things certainly got nasty there down the stretch with Emma.
Emma's had a change of attitude, and she believes that she belongs at the top of the NXT Women's division. She feels like she was just as responsible for the Divas Revolution as Charlotte, as Becky Lynch, as all of the Divas, because she was here when it all started.
And Emma, with Dana Brooke at her side, has certainly been formidable over the last few weeks. Just a matter of getting herself in the right position here, and she seems to be quite envious of the position that Carmella's in.
She's in the position she belongs in. She's the #1 contender to the Women's Championship. Understandable, it's Bayley's one of her best friends, maybe her best friend on the planet. But if you want to be at the top of the mountain, you got to be willing to push whoever's up there off.
And Emma doesn't seem to be taking Carmella seriously at all. So
Well, that's going to be to the detriment of Emma.
Carmella getting things started here against Emma, and had a chance to talk to Carmella earlier today.
Yeah, right. She wouldn't talk to you.
We just saw it. We had a chance to talk to her and learn about her career and her path through NXT and all the obstacles she's had to face. Honestly, there have been so many different things in terms of she's been behind Enzo and Cass and been supporting them through injury and through success and peaks and valleys, but now she believes it's her time. She's going to take some time where she can assert herself and maybe perhaps become champion.
I heard her say all that. I just didn't see you. I wasn't paying attention to you.
I was giving you my thoughts on the interview. Well, oh, and Emma unceremoniously dropped on her face there by Carmella.
I mean, Tom, is there a ceremonious way to be dropped on your face?
Not really. It's just a turn of phrase. Here's the cover and a kick out. Carmella, oh man, taken down by Emma.
What a clothesline.
You talk about the Divas revolution that Emma believes that she started. She didn't seem to have any respect for fellow women here in NXT, like Carmella, who are trying to start their own type of revolution. Cover and a kick out.
Well, and that mindset's worked for her. I don't necessarily agree with it. I don't think she's right, but whatever's going on in her head has led her to more success recently than she has in her entire time in NXT.
I mean, when you were competing here on NXT, didn't you at least understand what the other superstars in the locker room were going through, trying to fight their way to the top?
I didn't care, Tom. It's about you. This is an individual game. You either make friends or you make money. You got a lot of friends, don't you, Tom?
You're my friend.
Whatever you got to tell yourself. That's some unique offense here by Emma.
Emma in control here. Oh. Stretching Carmella here in the center of the ring. Well, at least she has a one-person cheering section in Dana Brooke for Emma. Oh, look at this, Emma into a cover, and a kick out there.
Close call there for Carmella.
Oh. Whoa. Oh, Emma sent flying, and here comes Carmella.
Able to turn the tides pretty quickly there.
Oh, she got a big submission victory in that tag team match. Ooh. Oh. Emma tossed across the ring, and Carmella started to feel it. Oh.
A Bronco Buster there from Carmella.
The NXT Universe getting behind Carmella here. Oh, looking to put this thing away.
Great counter there by Emma. Great counter. Maybe not the most legal counter, but it was effective.
Yeah, Emma knows her submissions very well and saw that coming. Saw how Carmella won the match.
Back it out. Let's go. Out of the corner. Come on. Hey, listen up. Bring it out. Let's go.
Look at Emma trying to out-muscle Carmella here.
Onto a backslide there by Carmella.
Shoulders down on Emma. Oh, she pinned Emma.
Here's your winner, Carmella.
Carmella's been on a roll over the last few weeks. It's undeniable.
Well, if she has any plan of dethroning Bayley, she better stay on that roll. But you're absolutely right. Winning the Battle Royal and somehow able to overcome Emma tonight. Carmella is well on her way to a championship match.
The #1 contendership for the NXT Women's title is clear, but a lot of questions remain for Finn Bálor's NXT Championship. As we saw last week during the controversial ending to the Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin triple threat match. Both Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe claimed to be victorious as our general manager, William Regal, had to weigh in on the situation. We managed to catch up with both Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe earlier tonight to get their reaction to last week's controversial match.
I'll get back to you with a decision.
Well, look, at the end of the day, it's kind of out of my hands. It's William Regal's decision, and I hope that he makes the right decision. I've seen the footage back. I understand that both competitors could lay claim to the victory. I think in a case like this, it's a bit circumstantial, and you got to take other factors into consideration. And in my opinion, I think I had the sharpshooter, the submission on him for a longer period of time, which led to him tapping out. So I think that's what skews the decision in my favor. But again, it's out of my hands, and I have faith in William Regal, and I hope for the best. But nothing I can do beyond that.
Hi, excuse me, Joe. Joe, hey, I was just wondering if we can get a quick reaction out of you for what happened last week between you, Sami Zayn, and Baron Corbin.
An Samoa Joe is not something our general manager should mess with, and we will find out what happens as William Regal will announce his resolution to the controversial finish from last week's triple threat match between Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin. We'll find out those answers and more later tonight.
We're gonna make history. History. It's written by the winners, and that's us.
Everything about these guys says winning. American Alpha, Jason Jordan, Chad Gable, the hottest tag team in the game right now.
We get the job done. No nonsense. We do what we're there to do, and then it's on to the next one.
These guys have toppled every tag team put in front of them.
This is what happens when you mess with the best athletes in NXT.
You can call it destined for greatness. You can call it tag team excellence. However you slice it, you can call it American Alpha.
The American Alpha are gonna be ready, willing, and Gable.
American Alpha continues to make their mark in the highly competitive tag team division, which includes these two, Enzo and Big Cass.
You suck, you slide. They call me hot. Rolling in days, riding around, beat up July. How you going? Pros wanna cop, but they are just not. I'm up in the club, stacking the dust, stuff the block.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
Tom, how do you feel about one half of the tag team of the year being a convicted felon?
What?
Enzo Amore.
What did he do?
I don't know, but he should be.
He should be? That doesn't make him a convicted felon. Come on, why do you say this stuff?
I'm walking a walk, talking a talk, talking sore. I'm a club crowd sore. See me out on the floor, and you how you do, 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 how you do.
I'm gonna reiterate something for the American audience that I made clear in London. If me and Big Cass had a dime for every time we got knocked down and didn't get back up, we would have 0 dimes. Because that's what G's do. They get knocked down, they get back up. And we are way up. And we are standing on our own 2 feet with lint in our pockets. And there is no change. Because one thing remains the same. We are hard body.
And anybody that's gonna try and knock us down, there's only one word to describe them, and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
Enzo and Cass looking to pick things up here in 2016.
I'm ashamed to say that I've already broken my first New Year's resolution.
What's that?
Never to watch Enzo wrestle again.
I think they're kind of obligated to. Enzo Amore to start off this matchup. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady, for all the accolades they've gained, and congratulations to them winning Tag Team of the Year in 2015. Things just didn't end the way they wanted in London. How do they get back on pace?
I can't get over the fact that the NXT Universe picked these two guys. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady as the tag team, the best tag team of the entire year.
They certainly entertain the NXT Universe. They're lovable.
You're as simple as everybody else in the NXT Universe.
You're right. I like smart talking guys that beat people up. It's funny.
Smart talking. They don't even spell their own catchphrase properly, Tom.
No, they have the NXT Universe spell it for them.
Oh, wow, what a knee lift by Enzo. Personality flaws aside, I'll give them credit. In the ring, they're definitely talented. They're definitely tough. I just can't stand hearing them talk.
Are you SAWFT softening your stance on Enzo and Cass?
There's a real good possibility I'm going to punch you in the throat, Tom.
Why would you do that? Big Cass, over 7 feet tall, 300 pounds.
Tom, what do you know about this Jamoke being abused by Big Cass?
Oh, he just got kicked in the face. That's what just happened. His buddy's trying to help him out.
Jamoke too.
Oh, I mean, really, why would you dive in there? Oh, against a guy that big.
I don't know, masochism?
Probably. Enzo and Cass have definitely shown that they can be all serious. They can be all business. Oh my God! Oh, that was nasty.
Just threw that poor kid to Universal Studios.
That was a sick thud on the outside of the ring.
You know what? I like that. That's the kind of mean streak that Cass and Enzo have lacked. That's what they need.
Oh.
I'm impressed. I like that.
Big Cass planning his opponent, going to the top rope here. Enzo Amore, oh, and Big Cass gives him a little extra juice on that one.
You're soft, you slop.
Here are your winners, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady.
Enzo and Cass making a statement to the rest of the NXT universe. We are back, we are refocused, and we are ready to make an impact in a big way.
They've come out more intense, more than we maybe have ever seen them. Unfortunately for Enzo, he still needs to pull his pants up.
Let's take a look back here at this matchup. And oh my God, Big Cass, that smash into the steel and into the mat outside the ring. And then this, Big Cass showing off of someone in his power. And then in comes Enzo.
It's like watching somebody swing a cat by the tail.
Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore gets the job done. Enzo and Cass, your winners here on NXT. And still to come later tonight, Apollo Crews will be in action against Finn Bálor in our main event.
Excuse me, Apollo. Tonight you will go one-on-one with the NXT champion Finn Bálor. Are you prepared for this matchup?
You know, a few months ago, I had my opportunity of becoming the NXT champion. And I was robbed of that by Baron Corbin. I was this close to showing everybody what I was capable of. After that, I was left with this uncertainty, this void that was left to fill, to show the people whether or not I was capable of beating him. But I know deep down inside my heart, I do have what it takes to become NXT champ. And tonight is my night. Tonight I get to prove not just to the NXT universe, but to Finn Bálor exactly what I am capable of in that ring, and show him that I am capable of becoming champ.
Apollo Crews wants to get himself back in the NXT title picture, but the fate of the #1 contendership will be decided as our general manager will announce his resolution to the controversial matchup last week between Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, and Samoa Joe. We will hear from Mr. Regal next.
It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down, we don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now, we don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, come on, bring a friend. Welcome to
Available anytime on demand. In honor of Black History Month, WWE Network's hard-hitting interview series returns, featuring WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons.
You become the first black heavyweight champion.
I had no idea that this was going to be a history-making night.
Old friends, new stories.
Any hurdle that life can throw at you to set you back. I've been there. He said, well, I'll be right back. He took a right. I never saw him again for 20 years.
And I don't mean to bring up bad stuff.
No,
it's just,
listen, man, I want this to be told. I love to get this out there.
Legends with JBL, with special guest Ron Simmons. Available anytime on demand, only on WWE Network.
Welcome back to Full Sail University, and tonight NXT is presented by Tap Out, the official fitness and training partner of WWE. And now let's go to the NXT General Manager's office, where William Regal is standing by with a special announcement in regards to the #1 contender for the NXT title.
After reviewing the conclusion of last week's very controversial match over and over again, I've come to a decision. There will be a rematch.
Now, I don't know what you're in here talking about, but it better be about what you're going to do about this match. And it better be a rematch.
It's definitely about this match. The one thing that was 100% certain is that you lost. So you are no longer in any rematch.
You're kidding.
No.
This is a joke.
As I said, after reviewing this match, the only decision that I can fairly make is for to be a rematch, and that rematch will be between Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn, and the winner of that match will face Finn Bálor for the NXT Championship.
And there you have it. It will be Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe to decide the #1 contender to the NXT title. But right now, it's time for one of the most feared superstars in NXT, Asuka.
The following contest is in the women's division. Scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Osaka, Japan, Asuka. Already in the ring from Ocala, Florida, Santana Garrett.
Tom, I'm going to make a bold prediction here tonight.
Okay.
Somebody is about to get their head kicked in.
Is that somebody, Santana Garrett?
Unfortunately, I think she may be the candidate.
You know, it was 3 weeks ago in the Battle Royal to determine the #1 contender to the Women's Championship. Asuka looked fantastic, had a bunch of eliminations. She did not come out the #1 contender. What really stuck in my mind was after the match, as Bayley and Carmella were celebrating, that sick smile on the face of Asuka. That's one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
You're absolutely right. I was terrified watching it, but to be fair, she wasn't doing the smile at us, so it's going to be fun to watch.
That didn't have any effect. She likes it. Okay, that's that one had to have some effect. Oh, my God. Asuka tracked her down. What is that? Have you ever seen anything like Asuka?
Don't laugh, Tom. She'll come up here and kick you right in the face.
I don't even want to be in the same hallway as her. Oh, man, just nearly connected with one of those and a big strike.
That overhand strike is absolutely lethal. Full head of steam. Oh, Santana with a mind.
Cover, and Asuka kicked out at 2.
Wow.
Oh, side Russian leg sweep there by Garrett. Another cover on Asuka. Asuka gets the shoulder up.
Wow, I think that was incredibly close. You got to give it to Santana Garrett. She's giving it all she has.
Trying to go after the arms here of Asuka.
It's a unique submission. I'd be impressed with Santana Garrett. She's in phenomenal shape. She obviously knows her way around the ring. She's got guts.
And her foot is caught with Asuka, and this could be really, really bad for Santana Garrett.
Unfortunately, guts can't save you from this. Oh, or maybe they can.
Garrett, oh, got caught into the armbar. Armbar here by Asuka.
Garrett's still trying to fight out of it.
That arm is just trapped. Now Asuka going back after Santana Garrett.
Does she have it locked in?
Santana Garrett stuck in the middle of the ring and into the Asuka lock. And Asuka is going to get Santana Garrett to tap out.
Here's your winner by submission, Asuka.
I'll tell you what, the Empress is as dangerous as ever.
You know, some things in life you never get tired of. And one of those things for me is watching Asuka do what she does best in the ring.
Let's take a look back here. Santana Garrett got caught up here. Just look at this, just enveloped by Asuka into the armbar here, and then Asuka would try and rotate things around. Armbar wouldn't do it yet.
Yeah, but the Asuka lock would. Good old faithful. Seems to work every time we see it. So dangerous, so beautiful, so much fun to watch.
Finn, I wanted to get your thoughts surrounding last week's triple threat match for the #1 contendership for your NXT Championship and the controversy surrounding it.
Yeah, a lot of controversy, and you know, I'm glad I'm not William Regal, but I do believe Regal made the right decision in letting Joe and Sammy settle things in the ring. That's what we do here in NXT. We settle things in the ring, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But tonight I face Apollo Crews. He's not going to have to wonder any longer whether he can beat Finn Bálor. Because what should have happened will happen. And although Apollo Crews is very good, I'm the best. And that's why I am NXT champion.
Earlier tonight, we heard from the #1 contender about challenging her best friend for the title, and that match will finally happen at the CFE Arena when Carmella has the biggest match of her career as she takes on the NXT Women's Champion Bayley next week on NXT. It is time for our main event here on NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing 240 pounds, Apollo Crews.
Crews returned to the NXT Arena 2 weeks ago. Impressive fashion against Ty Dillinger, but after his match, Apollo Crews would request to Finn Bálor. Let's finish what we started and see how it goes. I know I haven't earned a title match. All I want is to go one-on-one with Finn Bálor.
This is about pride. This is about respect. This is about getting finality to who is the better man. And Tom, I know I could not be more fired up than I am right now.
This was a fantastic title match. The first time these two got together, broken up by Baron Corbin. Apollo Crews wants to know how good he is. How does he measure up here in NXT? And no better man to do it against than the champ.
And his opponent from Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, he is your NXT champion, Finn Bálor.
Finn Bálor's first matchup back here at Full Sail University, and it's an incredible test. Coming off of NXT TakeOver London, Finn Bálor wowed the NXT Universe in London in his match against Samoa Joe.
Finn Bálor's been wowing crowds all over the planet for the last 10 or so years. He's been doing it since he's been here in NXT. He's got Apollo Crews who is hungry. Crews wants to prove to himself and the NXT universe that he belongs in the conversation with Finn Bálor.
And we heard from William Regal earlier on tonight about how our #1 contender will be determined for the NXT title. Finn Bálor is going to have to separate tonight. He's going to have to take a moment here to focus on Apollo Crews, because even Finn Bálor said, I want to see who the better man is. I want to see who the better competitor is, me or Apollo Crews.
Think about this, Tom. William Regal said that Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn will have to settle it between themselves to become #1 contender.
Yes.
If Apollo Crews somehow walks out of here victorious tonight,
oh my God,
what a mess General Manager William Regal has on his hands.
I mean, it was bad enough last week having to go to the tape. I mean, you throw Apollo Crews in there, that's a monkey wrench of big-time proportions.
When you pin the champ, you jump to the front of the line, man.
But let's remember what tonight is all about. It's finding out who is best, who's the better man inside that ring, Crews or Bálor.
Apollo wants to find out how he stacks up. He's in there with the measuring stick right now. Apollo Crews has put a ton of pressure on himself. He asked to be in this situation. If he doesn't win tonight, I mean, what's that going to do to his psyche? This guy wants to test to find out what he's made of. If he gets beaten tonight, does that destroy his mentality?
Well, obviously a good sign of sportsmanship here to start things off between Crews and Finn Bálor, but you got to think that coming off of NXT TakeOver London, granted, things didn't go Apollo Crews' way against Baron Corbin, but you mentioned it last time we saw Apollo Crews. You have to learn that lesson of take a defeat and move forward.
Nobody's ever been undefeated. I mean,
yes.
But this is it. This is the end game. This is what Apollo Crews wants. Ultimately, he wants the NXT Championship. He said that from day one. But if he can't beat Finn Bálor tonight, what's that do to him?
I think Apollo Crews has said on multiple occasions that he's happy to earn a title match, and he was not going to be so bold as to speak in front of the entire NXT universe and say, hey, give me a title match, a la Baron Corbin. He wants to earn it, and he said that.
It all boils down to how you react to the loss.
Meanwhile, Finn Bálor, Finn the Ripper in England, I just bring that name back with him, the pace that he's been going at. Wearing down here Apollo Crews. What does Finn have to do, bring it to the table? He's seen Apollo once now. How does he duplicate that performance?
I don't think he needs to duplicate the performance because he didn't decisively beat Apollo Crews.
No, I mean,
he needs to enhance, he needs to improve upon the performance. If anyone can do it, Finn can.
It came down to the wire, obviously, between Finn Bálor and Apollo Crews. My question is, the two were at the breaking point. The two of them went the distance. What is it going to mean for Bálor to get over that hump here at Crews?
It's going to come down to a match of wills. I mean, these are two of the most talented guys on the planet Earth.
Oh, shoulders down for a moment.
It could come down to who makes the first mistake or who's willing to take that extra step, go that extra mile.
Finn's done a good job of grounding. Oh, shoulders down again, a count of two. So far, Finn's done a good job of grounding Apollo Crews. Apollo's got the speed, the agility, the power, the whole package.
Finn's got the experience on his side. He can hang with speed and agility with the best of them. He's not going to overpower Crews, but
Apollo's going to have to find a way to break free here. Going to have to find a way to his feet here against the NXT champion. Oh, shoulders down again here, and Apollo, that's all he's been able to muster here in the last few moments.
he keeps himself moving, though. If he can't break the headlock, at least he's rolling Finn back. At least he's making Finn react rather than laying sedentary.
Finn, break the hold, clean break. Let's go.
May not be the flashiest way, but it's effective. You can break the hold. The ref's gotta.
And this is the position Finn Bálor was hoping to avoid. The official forcing him to break the hold, and now Crews right on top of him.
Bálor able to counter.
Oh, and again, taken down by Finn Bálor.
You know, if you're asking about an advantage, I think Finn Bálor might have the ground advantage. Finn Bálor, very proficient in grappling, jiu-jitsu. He studies many different disciplines. The guy is incredibly dangerous on the ground.
Well, he knows that once Apollo Crews gets to his feet, it's like a boulder going downhill. He can be so explosive. Oh, and Apollo Crews with the drop kick to the NXT champion. Finn Bálor being pushed to the limit here, perhaps by Apollo Crews.
Place your bets. Run.
Which will die first?
People gambling on whether or not we all kill each other.
Stay down.
Let's finish this.
The Condemned 2. Rated R.
We are back here on NXT. This is our main event requested by Apollo Crews. Who is the better man here at the end of this matchup, Finn Bálor or Apollo Crews? Apollo Crews looking into 2015, into the title matchup he had with Finn Bálor, broken up by Baron Corbin. And Apollo Crews wanted another chance to prove himself to the NXT universe and himself at the end of the day against Bálor. And Graves, this has been the match for the most part for the last few minutes. Oh! Both superstars just trying to slow down the pace.
You've got to. This is.
See what happens? Oh, and there goes Bálor.
A little soon. Cover
from Bálor out at one.
Yeah, but right back to the hold.
It's like a jack in the box. If you don't keep the pressure down, they pop right up.
Let's take another look at this. Man, that agility. Unbelievable. This is not like a jack in the box, Tom. It's like a chess game. You've got Finn Bálor, you've got Apollo Crews, two of the best athletes, two of the most explosive athletes in the world. Definitely in NXT. They're just trying to figure each other out on the fly as you go. You got to be prepared. You have to think about every move you make because the other guy's going to have a counter. It's a chess game in its purest form right here.
Yeah, who's going to be able to find check here between Crews and Bálor?
Finn Bálor, while he's wearing down Apollo Crews, he's thinking. He's thinking of his next move. Meanwhile, Apollo Crews is trying to figure out not only how to escape, but what am I going to do if I get out of this?
1, 2, clean break, guys.
Oh! And a quick strike there to the midsection opens the door for Finn Bálor. Put to the jaw.
Kick.
Cover. Put to the leg. And added two.
Finn might have gotten a little fed up. Said, let's change the pace of this. Let's start striking. What a kick. He almost ended it right there.
Well, Finn Bálor also knows he's got to get a lot of openings against Apollo Crews. Even if it's an inch, he's got to take a mile. Oh! Oh, and it's been Finn Bálor here starting to pick up the pace. Cover from the NXT champion and a kick out. And you got to remember what's on the line. It's personal pride for both the champion and Apollo Crews. They want to find out who's the better man inside the ring. And Graves, we talked about the announcement from William Regal earlier tonight. A lot has to be on the mind of Finn Bálor and Apollo Crews in the NXT title picture, but right now they're putting everything aside.
This is just sportsmanship at its purest. It's two athletes with the utmost respect for one another, just trying to figure out who's the better man tonight.
Oh, and right on the side of the head there. Finn Bálor taken down.
Here comes Crews.
Yeah, Apollo Crews starting to gain some momentum himself, and he splashes down.
Agility of Finn is unreal.
Yeah, Finn just popped up, and so did Apollo. Whoa!
Wow.
This is what we were talking about with Apollo Crews. You give him any sort of glimmer of hope, and he's going to take advantage.
Hey, Apollo, what are you doing, man?
Whoa!
Unbelievable. Oh, where's Finn?
Finn took out Apollo.
The speed, the agility of these two men.
Now Finn is Cruz where he wants him, tossing him back into the ring. Gonna be time for the coup de grace here for the NXT champion. Going to the top rope. Oh, to the back of the head, the double stomp.
That's it, Cruz is out.
Cover on Cruz and a kick out by Apollo.
Wow. Finn Bálor taking flight right down to the back of the skull. I don't know how Apollo Crews was able to kick out of that.
You take that shot to the back of the head. I mean, where are you at?
I've been hit back there many times. I have no idea.
Oh, and look at Cruz go. Cruz using that power, that 240-pound frame.
Whoa.
Oh, man, into a Samoan drop. Hook to the leg here on Bálor. Bálor got the shoulder up. Just that dead weight of Bálor. Apollo Crews is starting to feel it. Take a look here, just tossing Finn Bálor into the Samoan drop. Great move by Cruz.
This is where it comes down, Tom. This is the battle of wills. Who is willing to take the next step? Who's got more left in the tank? Who is going to make the first mistake? We're about to find out.
Apollo, oh, missed with the enziguri. And there's the sling blade. Oh, and a big boot. Apollo Crews knows the game plan of Finn Bálor, saw that hesitation drop kick coming, and now it's Apollo's turn. Oh, gorilla press. And there's the standing moonsault.
That's it.
Cover on the NXT champion kick out.
How on earth did Finn Bálor kick out of that? We have seen Apollo Crews put many a man down with that same sequence of moves.
We saw how much punishment Finn Bálor could take at NXT TakeOver London against Samoa Joe, and he's showing that tonight. Oh, look at Apollo, was looking for that toss powerbomb. And oh, there's an enziguri for Finn.
Sling blade again.
Finn in the driver's seat, there's a drop kick.
We know what comes next.
Apollo Crews a long ways away, but going to the top rope for the coup de grace. Oh, and it connected.
He hit him.
Finn Bálor not going for the cover immediately. What? Oh, man. Dropped Crews right on the back of his head. The cover, and that'll do it. Finn Bálor is your winner.
Here is your winner, the NXT Champion, Finn Bálor.
What a match. We knew these two were going to leave it all out there. Hold your head high, Apollo Crews. This is far from an ignominious situation. Be proud. You fought your heart out. Unfortunately for you tonight, Finn Bálor was in fact the better man, the NXT champion. Let's take a look back at this.
Watch this, Apollo Crews tough in this matchup, taking the double stomp right on the neck, it seemed like, but Apollo Crews would hang around in this matchup.
He hung around, he did more than hang around. He kept fighting. Gorilla press, standing moonsault, the very sequence of moves he has won so many matches with here in NXT. Finn Bálor able to survive.
And then this later on in the matchup, the hesitation drop kick into the corner. Finn Bálor was finally in command here. He had the opening he wanted, and watch the coup de grace, a thing of beauty. What elevation from Finn Bálor. But what does it say about Crews that Finn Bálor went to this length to put away Apollo?
He has so much respect for Apollo Crews that after the coup de grace, he needed the exclamation point, that little something more, to ensure that Crews stayed down. It's a mark of a champion, if you ask me.
tremendous sign of respect here between Apollo Crews and the NXT champion Finn Bálor. But now Finn must look to the future. In 2 weeks, he will find out a new #1 contender to his NXT title. Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. The winner gets Finn Bálor.